There we go. Now we're alive. Hey guys, how y'all doing today?
Howdy, y'all.
we're we're using StreamYard on this again because I'm trying to get used to it and trying to figure out how to do it and everything. And I'm sitting here and I've been talking to you guys for I don't know a good minute or two or something. And then I'm like, what's going? And I'm like, oh, I forgot to hit go live. So we were just talking to nobody. So
I was saying how I needed to dye my beard and maybe my hair.
But so let us know if we're 5x5. I think that we are trying to do this a little bit differently. This way I can kind of see comments, and I'm gonna try to like bring them up on top or bring them up on the stream and stuff. So just trying to figure things out and do things a little bit differently and stuff. Let's see. Pilgrim was in the house first, so congratulations, because I put this video up really early today, like really early this morning and stuff. So no, I wasn't in top chat. Teresa said I was in top chat. No, I'm in all live chat. So make sure you guys are all in live chat too. Let's see who's in here today. We've got, I'm gonna skim back here.
Coffee first.
Simply Tony, Teresa, Kevin Ramsey, Random JL. Am I missing someone? Never Look Back.
Main Ripper.
Oh man, tornado warning is just 30 miles northeast of me. Well, stay safe. Prayers for you. Never Look Back. Bama Jen, hey, how are you doing? Speaking of Bama Jen, we are going to do another next Sunday, or this Sunday coming up. We're gonna do another live, and you guys don't want to miss that. Also, we didn't even introduce ourselves in case you're new. I mean, most of you guys are regulars and stuff, but if you're watching this later and you found us somehow because somehow YouTube decided to go ahead and show us the other people, which they don't usually, but occasionally they do. So I'm Kelly.
I'm Rambo, aka the Good Samaritan, aka Matt.
And we are the Prepping Artists, and welcome. And today on Thursdays, what we usually do, which is what we're doing today too, is we switched over from the conflicted cards, and we're doing these are you ready for World Without Rule of Law?
Which will be going back and forth.
Yeah.
We haven't abandoned conflicted.
No, we just have a lot of cards to go through and to use. So it's
personally, I preferred these cards.
You like these ones better?
Everybody else might have a different opinion.
Also, before we get into this real quick, which I posted this or said this a little bit ago, we both are working on quitting smoking. It's been 36 hours now for us, so we're getting on 2-day mark. I actually went out today. I had to go out we went to get some like deer corn and stuff like that for the deer, and stopped at Walmart real quick. And I decided that probably for the next month, I probably should not be in public because I was a lot more irritable, a lot more bitchy, a lot more. And also I noticed too that I've just been very emotional too. I'll just start crying for no reason.
I've just been very irritable.
Yeah, and both of us quitting together it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. It's good because then we can help each other and do it. But it's bad because we're both irritable and grumpy and
And it's not a health thing. I mean, I've been smoking since I was high school. It's the money thing. I just keep thinking about the things I could buy instead of cigarettes.
Yeah, we were doing the math and stuff and figuring it out, and like how much, and the price of them has gotten so bad, especially from like when it first started smoking years and years ago and stuff. And it's like, there's certain things that we want, and it's like, well, we just really can't do that now. And we're thinking, look at how much money we're spending on cigarettes themselves. I mean, we could get a whole lot of preps, some more guns, ammunition, all kinds of things.
She sold me on it. Says, if you quit smoking, in 3 months you'd have the money for M1A. And I'm going, ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I get the most irritable, I keep thinking M1A, M1A, M1A.
Yeah. Dark Angel, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hey, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Good to see you. Hey, Ronnie Brom. Okay. Hey, Annette. Good to see you. Oh yeah, I forgot. Hudson Valley is he's working on quitting too at the same time. So
Wow.
we're all doing this together. So
Pilgrim says that Massachusetts $12 a pack.
oh my gosh, yeah, that's crazy.
Or MA, is that Massachusetts? MA, is that Massachusetts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Maine is ME.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the crazy thing is I was smoking Marble Lights and I went
Minuteman said send us our P.O. box.
okay.
For more stogies. Actually, she started smoking my stogies.
Well, I only took a couple puffs or something, and I thought, maybe that will kind of help me wean off of the cigarettes, because the problem is I can't just, I have to do it cold turkey. I can't just go cut down, because I have tried that before, and it was difficult. So, I decided I can't buy any more cigarettes, and that's how it is. So I'm like, he had a few left or something. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and, take a couple puffs to try to,
the reason
get
I'm
off
doing
of that.
is for the money,
Mhm.
and I can make a stogie last days.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right. Are you guys ready to go ahead and get into some of these scenarios? We're doing World War III scenarios from this pack today. And if you guys have one that you want to do, these are the different ones. Let me let you know real quick. They've got bank runs, World War III, pandemics, economic collapse, a new American Civil War, natural and man-made disasters, emergency preparedness, terrorism, violence, authoritarian governments, oppressive religion. If you guys want a certain one or something like that, drop it down in the comments. Either leave it in the live chat or leave it in the comments afterwards, and I'll see which one has like the most, or maybe I'll put up a poll and put up like 4 different ones for you guys to choose for next week. But okay, so
then again, man, yeah, I'd take some stogies gratefully.
Yeah. Hey Randy, I don't remember if I said hi to you. Hi Random JL, how you guys doing? Okay, so the first scenario, I can't speak.
That's easy for you to say.
First scenario is on August 28th, 2033.
I think we should actually, the date is kind of meaningless.
It's kind of irrelevant. Same thing with the city and stuff.
I think they're doing these supposedly too far in the future.
Well,
I think
some of them are like in 2027, 2030. I mean, that's not really that far off.
Yeah, no, but I think that some of these things could happen in 24.
Well, yeah, this is World War III, and some people actually, kind of think that we're already in it, which we kind of are. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how you look at it and stuff. Yeah. Well, there are, but not the way that you think about it.
We've got some boots on the ground, but not like
not the way you think about it. Not like what was that movie? Red Dawn or whatever. Nothing like that going on. But it just hasn't been declared yet. Well, it's it's coming.
It's kind of like we started out Vietnam by sending advisors.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're sending advisors and trainers now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we'll start. Okay, so whenever in the city of Detroit, Michigan, during World War III, you are a civilian who has discovered a hidden cache of desperately needed food and water. However, you learn that these supplies are earmarked for a nearby military base. Taking the supplies would help your starving community, but it would also deprive the military of essential resources. Do you distribute the supplies to your neighbors or leave them for the military, knowing your community will continue to suffer? What's your opinion on this one?
I'm taking them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too.
If the military hadn't got them yet, they probably forgot about them. Either way, it's like Red Dawn. The war is going to be won by the civilians.
Well, the thing is that
and
you
you
can't.
need to look out for your own.
You can't trust the government to
No.
come and to do anything to protect you. I mean, the worst words to ever say is, "I'm here from the government and I'm here to help you."
Yeah.
Whenever you hear that, you just turn and run the other way. So
I
my
wouldn't
thought
hesitate.
is that
I would take.
they're not going to come and do anything and help your community. So you need to take care of your community and your group together. And so definitely take them. The military is going to have other ways
They've
of
got
getting stuff.
resources.
They're going to have resources. They're going to be taken care of regardless.
You got to take
But
care
you
of
and your
first.
group might not be taken care of.
Take care of your own first.
Yeah, that's my opinion. Let's see. What are you guys saying? I'd take that shit. Yep. Take them random. Yeah, everybody's saying pretty much Hudson Valley, my people come first. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this here. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can figure out how to bring comments up here. Like I said, I'm like really new to doing this, so I'm just gonna kind of play around with it a little bit if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't hesitate.
I'm likely the closest to Detroit right now, and believe you me, I'm not going anywhere near there in an SHTF. Yeah, actually, with it saying Detroit on it, that's kind of funny that it actually said that because it's like we came from Houston. Okay, we lived in Houston for the last not in Houston, but close enough. We're a little bit north of it and stuff, and moved up to East Texas a little bit and. Honestly, that was like the best thing. I mean, I was really, really nervous and a little bit scared living over there that we didn't ever have any issues or anything, but what could happen at a time, you know what I'm saying?
It was kind of strange. When we moved to Houston and we started getting cigarettes, whatnot at convenience stores, and I was hitting all these different convenience stores and they all had bars on the windows.
Yeah. That's always a little scary thing. But moving out here into the country, I've been, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, which actually is kind of good too, because it's kind of kept us from going to the convenience store to get cigarettes. It's like, it's not like right down the road.
Yeah, if it was a 2-minute drive, I may have caved by now, but
yeah, it's a little bit farther, so that's kind of a good thing too.
It's about a half an hour. Going there, grabbing the cigarettes, coming back, about a half an hour.
Okay. So I think everybody was pretty much in agreement about that one.
Oh, I think so.
So yeah. Let me see. What
on a side note,
go ahead while I'm looking for a next one to do.
I went to Tyler to go to the VA clinic and we found a gun store and I found a couple things, a couple of books. This one and this one. I think I'm going to be some of my reading. I'm in the process of reading this one. It's awesome.
Okay. Okay, this one's going to be kind of an interesting situation by what you do. I kind of know a lot of the people in this chat, and I pretty much know what your guys' thoughts on this would be. Okay, your family's home has been destroyed in a bombing because of World War III, and you are now living in a refugee camp. I said it wrong. Refugee camp. Okay. One night you catch someone close to you crying, and after a brief talk, you learn this person was a victim of sexual abuse by one of the guards while you were away on forced labor. To confront the guard, you risk retaliation. To attempt violence, you risk your own death, leaving the victim alone in the world. To act like nothing happened may only invite more abuse in the future. What would you do in this situation, and how would you go about it? I'm sorry, but if I found out who it was, that person's gone. I go out in the middle of the night with him and take him out. I wouldn't even hesitate. There's no question what I would do, because you got to protect other people from that happening to them too. Plus, if it happened to somebody that was close to me, I'd have to end it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. also agree. I also think that, so like, how does it say how long we'd been in the?
It didn't say how long it's been or anything like that. No.
I'm thinking it's kind of like the Beaverine. We've formed friendships and relationships. I bet in that situation we will have had formed friendships and relationships, and we would probably gather our people around and tell them about the situation and tell them I'm going to take out the guard or do something. How can we do this where nobody gets caught? Like maybe you guys do a distraction while some.
See, that's probably the better thing to do is to try to get, if you've got people in there or something like friends and stuff, and all get together and try to figure out, make some plans or something so you don't get caught. Me, I just kind of go by like my feelings or whatever, and it, that pissed me off that he did that. So I'm just gonna go and take care of it myself, which is probably wrong because I'm too high.
If I had to, that's what I do. But
I'm just too hot headed sometimes.
But
and stuff,
not work, but work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, and you need to think through things sometimes, and that's where my problem is I don't think through it or whatever. I just kind of jump into it to do it, and that's probably not the best thing to do.
But regardless, it can't.
Well, like Bama Jen said,
you can't let it continue.
In the Bible, rape is a crime punishable by death.
Yeah.
That's why I said that would be my first thing, would just be to go and take care of it. But then, like what you said, you need to kind of be smarter about it, because if you wind up getting killed or something in the process of it, you're not helping anyone or anything. So you need to be smarter and talk to people and tell them what your plan is and see if they can cause a distraction or something like that.
Like they don't have to do an active role in doing it, but if they could, like you say,
distraction or something like that. So then that way you could handle it without possibly getting caught, because by yourself, it's kind of hard to pay attention to everything that's going on around you and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably what needs to be.
Yeah, it's like there are eyes and ears everywhere, and you may think you're getting away with doing something. Chances are somebody saw it.
Yeah, I just want to also thank you guys, moderators, Random and Kevin and Dark Angel and Minuteman and Coffee First and all of you guys. Thank you so much for modding for us. And
we couldn't do this without you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And if anybody's got any channels or anything, please let one of the mods know, and they will drop the link to your channel in here, because I want to make sure everybody gets helped and stuff. We got to look out for each other. Okay. This is going to be, okay, this is another one in Detroit, but I guess it really doesn't matter what date, like you said, or what city. Okay.
It's a situation.
Okay. This is during World War III. You are a high-ranking intelligence officer who has discovered a network of spies within your own organization. However, you also find out that your sibling is a key figure in this network. Do you expose the entire network, including your sibling, to protect your country, or do you try to shield your sibling from the consequences, risking national security? People are going to have different opinions on this one. Because it does say sibling, I'm going to say I'm not close with my siblings at all.
Yeah.
So I would probably protect the country.
Yeah.
In that case, but it's only because I'm not close. I know some people in here are really close with their family and stuff. Like, you guys are my family. This is what I have for family. It's got us, our 2 kids, and then you guys. That's our family. So because it says sibling, I would say, now if it said spouse, then that would be a little bit different situation.
Yeah, I think maybe knock the sibling out, tie the sibling up, and then put them off to the side, and then go after the rest of them.
It's possible, except they're probably gonna want to finish the job or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They're not just tying them up and putting them aside or anything like
Well, I'm
that.
saying
They're
for
probably
initial, and then after you've taken out the cell, then you got to decide. Um, you either got to turn them over to the authorities and beg for mercy, or you've got to take them with you and leave the unit.
yeah, and that's going to be a big and hard decision because then you're pretty much going to be on the run forever from that.
Uh-huh.
You know, so everybody's going to have a different opinion on this one, and like I said, it probably depends. I mean, I guess you could change it from sibling to whatever because the circumstances they would change for me if it was a spouse. They'd be a little bit different.
Well, it's like we've already seen a situation almost exactly like this on The Walking Dead. Daryl and Merle.
Mm-hmm.
Merle was in with the governor.
Oh, yeah.
And Daryl fought Merle, but he also tried to save him.
Well, yeah. That's true. And if you're talking about fighting and stuff, that's going to be a problem if there's a civil war. That's going to be because you could be fighting your siblings and stuff like that and stuff like that, and that's why
the other civil
is
war
kind of a scary thought. You could be fighting your own family and stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like, yeah. My sister's husband's or probably retired by now, federal judge. I'm sure he'll be on the side of the liberals.
Mm-hmm. Hey Chewbacca, good to see you. Randy said, if hubby was a spy causing others harm, I would turn him in. Well, I don't know. It's a.
Well, again, back to this.
Hey, Rabbit, good to see you.
Again, back to the scenario I described in Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
The other people in the group actually became more of a family to Daryl than Daryl's brother was.
Mm-hmm. So, a lot of, yeah. I mean, shoot, Rick, him and Rick didn't get along at the beginning, and then they became like brothers. Like brothers. So, yeah, exactly. Oh, get a drink.
I mean, there's so many variables.
And some of these questions are going to be really hard. And there is no right or wrong answer to any of these. It just is kind of to get you thinking. So if you are put in some some of these you probably would never be put in these kind of circumstances. That's why I want to, maybe next week we'll do one that's more likely to be possible or happening. I'll have to look through them and see if I can find some good ones like that. But it's just to get your mind thinking ahead of time, because when you're in a stressful situation, you're really not going to be able to maybe make good decisions. Mm-hmm. It's going to be harder for you to do.
Your brothers and sisters, you've been away from them so long, and my sister, I've been away from her so long, and she's made no attempt to make contact with me. I have reached out to her. Her husband was a retired Army officer, lawyer, and became a federal judge in St. Louis. That's the last I heard of them. I have no idea where they're at now.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of sad. I know some people have like really close families and things like that.
Well, we were kids, we were close, but
yeah, that's too bad. Okay, some of these are really hard, but here's one. Okay. I don't think that it matters on the city and stuff, but you and your group have taken shelter in an underground bunker during a nuclear winter, in the midst of World War III. Suddenly, the bunker's air filtration system breaks down and the air becomes toxic. Your group figures out how to fix it, but it will take some time. You have a limited supply of oxygen tanks, but there are more people in your group than tanks. Everyone wants to live, of course, but 3 people will perish due to lack of oxygen. Whom do you choose to save and whom do you sacrifice for the greater good? How do you justify your decision?
Say it comes down to 3 people.
Mhm.
Does it say how many people are in there?
It doesn't say how many people are in there. It just says the group, and it says 3 people will perish. Doesn't say how many people total.
I
I
think
think.
I think it might not. Okay,
Go ahead.
they're in a bunker.
Mm-hmm.
Going out of the bunker is not certain death. So it might not even come to making that decision. You might just have to lay it out for everybody. Tell them exactly, do we have 3 volunteers?
Well,
to
that's
leave?
what I was gonna say. I think instead of lying or hiding it from people,
Mhm.
I think you need to let everybody make this decision. It's
Hey, Papa's Farm.
kind of like in, I don't know if anybody saw the TV series The 100, but they didn't know if the ground, it's an apocalyptical TV series, post-apocalyptic. They had nuclear weapons and stuff, and the earth had been demolished and stuff like that, and it had been like, I think 300 years or something. And they didn't know if it was good to go down to, so they sent down a bunch of kids, and they were waiting to find out if the ground was livable. Well, they didn't have enough oxygen and supplies up there, and they couldn't find out if it was livable, and they didn't know what to do, so they were going to have to sacrifice some people up there. And they weren't going to tell them. They were just going to pick people like randomly, and that was it. But instead,
weren't they killing people when they reached a certain age?
Well, that's different. We're just talking about this real quick. Yeah. And so what happened was they found out what had happened, and more than enough people came forward and volunteered. Like they were saying, you know what, my daughter is 8 years old, or my son, or whatever. I want that person to have a chance, so I will go, and I will go ahead and give my life just to protect my child and stuff. So I mean, it was amazing how many people were coming forward and were doing that. So that's pretty much kind of the same thing, you know. If you give them the option and stuff, I'm sure there would be some people that would come forward. But like you said, you know, you don't know if going outside is a death sentence. It might not be. It might be okay where they're at or something. You don't know. So, I mean, there's always that possibility. It did say that eventually that they could fix it. They knew what to do, but it would just take some time, and, you know, not enough time. So some people might have to.
And also that reminds me, Fear of the Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. Had a scenario. Camp was being overrun by zombies, and they went into a bunker with food. And then they had zombies at the door. Zombies got into the air filtration system where it blocked off the airflow.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they stayed in the bunker and died from asphyxiation, every one of them. I was like, bust through the door and break out. If 95% of you survive, it's better than.
I don't know if that was Fear of the Walking Dead. It might have been something else. I'm not 100% sure.
Even if most people fighting the zombies getting out died, it still means some survived, whereas they just sat there and they didn't try and then all die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Bama Jen said no greater thing to lay your life down for a friend. So, yeah.
I mean, I probably, if I was by myself, I'd volunteer to be the one of the 3 to leave.
I was just going back through here real quick and stuff and seeing what was.
Hudson Valley Deputy said, smash the like button. Thank you. Yes,
thank
that
you.
would be
Thank
nice.
you so much. That's awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, you want to do another one then,
Sure.
or
Okay.
let's see if I can find one that's not quite. What are you doing?
I showed the T-shirt.
Shirt.
I got it marked out.
Oh. Yeah, mine says. I don't know if you can see it. Can't really see it from where I'm sitting. It says Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
Which I've been talking about making a t-shirt like that.
I don't know. You can't really see it, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see the back of it. So, yeah. All right. Okay, this is one about a spouse and stuff. Let's do this one real quick. Okay. World War III continues. Your spouse has been taken hostage by enemy forces who demand that you betray your country and provide them with classified information in exchange for your spouse's life. Do you comply, knowing that countless lives may be lost as a result of your actions? Or do you refuse, potentially sacrificing the life of your loved one for the greater good? What would you do? You can say the truth. It's okay.
I would not comply, but I would try and break you out. And if I died trying, so be it.
Yeah. First of all, you wouldn't have to worry about it because I'm nobody, so they wouldn't want any information. Like you wouldn't have any information to give them for me and stuff. So that wouldn't be a thing anyway. But
and in that situation, depending on how long it's been going on, I bet I could recruit some people to help me come rescue you.
Yeah, I was gonna say that there's always that possibility too, because and you know what? And they keep talking about all these about betraying your country and stuff like that. Well, apparently it's okay to do that because, like, how many people now should be in jail that aren't in jail?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
in our government?
Yes.
Yes.
So apparently it just depends on what side you're on. What, if it's okay for you to betray the government or not is what I'm saying. So,
which just makes me rethink too. God first, family, then country.
mm-hmm.
But when I say family, I'm not talking just about husband, wife, son, daughter, grandparents. I'm talking your community. You call family.
Well, there's a lot of things that can be family. It doesn't have to be blood related or marriage or anything like that. Like I said before, like the Beaverines and different things, like to me, that's family. You guys like doing these lives and stuff is great because, it's like you guys are family. So we get to talk and things like that. So,
and,
I mean, that's a family too.
I have, my first response is not necessarily the last response because like I say family, the family is community, family first, the government, the VA has been trying to screw me over for decades.
Mm-hmm.
So, fuck the government. I'm taking care of family.
Well, that's what I'm saying too, is that in all these scenarios, now, if you would have asked me some of these scenarios, like maybe 10, 20 years ago, my answers would have been really different. Just because, first of all, I don't think the government was so corrupt 20 years ago. I think it's kind of all just happening quickly. And my answers would have been a little bit different because I would have been more on board of the side of the government. Mm-hmm. But because of everything that they're doing and all their stupid trying to... I'm getting so worked up. I don't even know how to speak right now. But like, not following the Constitution,
traitors.
Not, the January 6th stuff and what they did, and
political
people getting
prisoners.
Yes, exactly. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. It really is, and somebody needs to do something, and nobody's going to do nothing, and that's the way it is. I mean, I would do something if I could, but I'm just one little peon here that doesn't. I can't make much of a difference with anything. It's people that are up higher that need to do something about it. And there's just too much talk but not enough action involved, because a lot of them talk a good talk and say, "Oh, I'm going to do this," or "We need to take care of this," and whatever. But they're actually not. They're not doing anything about it.
Our local militia that I would like to be joined. I would protect the local militia, the Minuteman,
Your local
common
warlord.
soldier,
Yeah.
the government in Washington D.C. that has no loyalty towards me. Why should I show loyalty towards them?
Exactly. That's kind of like what I was kind of getting at, is a long roundabout way here and stuff. But yeah, like I said, like 20 years ago, my answers to these would probably be different, because I would be more on board with the government, and the government's going to help us, and they want to take care of us and stuff. And then now I've seen so much about what they're trying to do, and I'm like, the government will never. If anybody thinks that they're coming to your rescue, especially during a situation like this, you're in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, I think World War III, it's going to be warlords, guerrilla fighters, your local.
Do you think, since we are actually talking about World War III, even though we're doing like things here and stuff, do you think they're going to have the draft? Do you think they're going to implement? Do you think they're going to need to?
I think they'll try.
I just don't think that there's enough able-bodied willing to go fight for the country anymore.
No.
Like, World War II and different things, like there were, I mean, it's just people now, there's a couple of reasons behind it, I think. One is that too many men now think that they're women. And second, just nobody loves the country like they used to. They don't want to stick it because yeah, there we go.
And also, you've seen what I've had to deal with the VA.
Yeah.
And
I think a lot of veterans and stuff are telling people, like, you don't want to do, you don't get paid, you don't get these benefits, it's just rough on you and blah blah blah, and what they do and put you through and stuff is just completely ridiculous.
Yeah. I've struggled for decades trying to get my disability rating increased. It's been a hard fought struggle, and they hope I give up.
Well, the crazy thing is, we just went to
I was about to bring that up.
We just went to Tyler to get to start his, because they don't have anything where we're at, so we have to drive all the way up there for his VA and stuff. But the guy, he went in there.
We went to the VA clinic in Tyler, Texas. We go in to sign in. The guy asks my name and last four, brings up me on the computer and says, "Yeah, I see you here." And he's looking at my stuff, waiting, going to make me an appointment to make an appointment. Yeah. And he was looking at the computer screen. He looked up at me. He said, "Why aren't you at 100%?"
A guy working over there that we had never seen, we didn't talk to him or anything, and he was just looking at the stuff that's wrong with him and what he's had, his knee surgeries and everything like that, and he's like, "Why are you not at 100%?" Because he's only at 80%, and that took a really long time for us to get him. When we first met, weren't you at like 35 or 40%?
Somewhere between 30 and 40.
Yeah. So
I only got 10% initially when I first separated.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been a long struggle trying to get him up there and stuff. And now he's only at 80%, but it's not just him. It's all the veterans have to deal with this and stuff. And it's ridiculous.
Between active duty and civilian contract, 42 years of pounding the concrete ramp, maintaining the jets, it tears you down. Yeah, definitely. I was just trying to read here because we were talking so much and stuff. I'm kind of slightly worried if they're trying to take me back in the Air Force. Yeah, I don't know about the draft and stuff. Well, they won't want me to go to war. But they're going to need to train more pilots. train more pilots flying T-38s.
Well, I don't know.
And they can't find anybody with experience how to
They-
work on T-38s.
They could ask you, but
Well,
you
yeah.
wouldn't be required to do it because of your age.
Probably
I don't
not,
think
probably not.
that they
But
would.
they might ask.
They would ask, and you would tell them, "Are you high right now?" Because my answer is going to be no. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, would you? I would probably I would just laugh at them. If I answered the door and they said something like that, I would just start laughing, and they'd be like, "What?" Be
Good
like,
luck, man. He's got 70%, but he's got an appointment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah. We got a couple of places that they gave us that can help, and I contacted a couple people, so I'm waiting to
You did?
see. Yeah, I did.
Who, with the Camp B?
No, something else.
Oh, okay.
To try to get it raised and stuff. So
Okay.
we're working on it, but it's
I've been trying to contact Camp B.
yeah. What time is it? 6:41. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Joni Frios. Good to see you. Dusty Country Road. I don't know if I've missed some people that have come in or not. I can't remember.
Yeah, the Minuteman, the burn pits. It's kind of like Agent Orange, Vietnam veterans. Either trying to say, well, you weren't around the Agent Orange, or it wasn't that bad. They try to wait till everybody dies off and go, oh,
Well,
yeah, that
yeah,
was
because that was a really long time ago.
bad. Well, they had burn pits, I think, in Afghanistan.
Right. Well, I mean, what is it? What is that place? Camp Lejeune or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're just now starting to give people compensation and stuff from that. That's kind of ridiculous, if you want my opinion.
The VA has an unwritten policy: deny, delay, hope you die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. All right, you want to do one more scenario?
Sure.
All right. And then, oh, if you guys are new here and you're not subscribed, if you think about subscribing, that would be awesome. We're trying to grow.
Please.
We're once we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to give another giveaway. So let's get to that. Let's get to that.
We got to decide what we're going to give.
Well, I'll figure something out.
Okay.
And then when we hit 1,000 subscribers, if we ever do that before SHTF happens, I don't know if that one's gonna make it or not. Then we're gonna have another giveaway for that one too. I guess it just depends. I kind of think that next year, next year by election time, like 2024, like November-ish, is going to be when things start getting kind of bad. We're gonna have a lot of
I'd say
unruly people.
There's going to be a window, 2 months before the election to 2 months after the election.
Well, and the problem is that it doesn't matter who wins, which side. It's going to be bad no matter what. So that's why I think it's going to be
whoever wins is going to piss people off.
Yeah, exactly. So that's something to look for, you guys. So just maybe try to get as much as you can done by then. That's my little prediction going on. I don't know. Something will happen at that time.
I think there is going to be violence.
Yeah, probably a lot of violence. Yeah. So if you're in like some bigger cities or something, maybe think about.
They're probably going to try and start a hot World War III and then suspend the election.
Actually, there's a possibility there might not be an election, and then that's going to piss people off. But then if they put martial law into effect, there's just so many what if. I mean, there's a lot that they could do.
Yeah,
there really is.
You want to do one more?
Yeah, we'll do one more. So I really have no idea what they're gonna do, but okay, let's do this one. Okay, so as World War III continues, your group has been living peacefully for weeks. But one day you hear the sound of approaching helicopters. It turns out to be a government task force sent to round up survivors and take them to a so-called safe zone. However, rumors have spread that these safe zones are actually concentration camps where survivors are used as test subjects for medical experiments. Other rumors say they're forced labor camps, but these are just rumors. The government official says they have a legal right to conscript your entire group in order to help rebuild society. Do you trust the government task force and go to the safe zone, or do you risk staying in town and facing the wrath of the government? Kind of already gone over how I don't trust the government.
Hell no.
There is no way the government is rounding me up and taking me anywhere. I don't care if they say that they're taking me to a 10-star hotel retreat somewhere or something. I'm not going. That's just
Hell no.
yeah.
Now the only decision is, do we all bug out, or do we start making harden our position to defend ourselves?
Yeah, that's going to be the question, because the question is, I don't think anybody in here is going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to go to it. So I think,
I mean, even if they were saying, oh, this is
like I said, I mean, even if
we're
they
going to take you to land and milk and honey with hot water and
that's what I was gonna say.
food.
Even if they say, "Oh, I'm gonna take you over to this great Caribbean island place. It's got all these waters and all this fun stuff and everything," I'd be like, "No, I'll stay where I am." So yeah, I guess the other thing would be then
Like
everybody that's gonna stay, that's around you, is gonna have to work together. Otherwise, it's not going to turn out well for anybody. So that's a time when, if you're not in a mag with your neighbors, you might want to start getting in one with them, because you're going to need everybody, your whole group, in order to fight the government on this, because they're not going to let you just not go. They're not going to just leave you alone and be like, okay, we'll forget them, we'll go on. They're not going to. But if you stand your ground and maybe start shooting at them or booby trapping your place, and then they're like, oh crap, maybe they might just leave you alone. I don't know. It just depends on how many of you there are. Booby traps are pretty nice though.
Yeah.
In the yards and stuff like that. Just make sure you remember where they're at.
I would not do anything like that.
No.
Not at all.
I know there was another book over there that I almost got, but some of the stuff in it, I wasn't exactly sure where we could get some of the supplies. So I was like, well, that's kind of pointless.
Well,
so
I think this one is
that one's got more household type of stuff in it.
I mean, you know,
do.
I could fix up a defensive perimeter if I had access to claymores. Although I might be able to do a little homemade with some.
Wait till Michelle Obama comes out as trans. Did I miss something?
What's that?
What are we?
I think we missed something.
I must have missed something from here, because that was just a random comment or something.
Oh, tannerite.
Oh. Hey, JRC Homestead, good to see you.
No, not really. Coffee first. And yeah, I might be tempted.
Hey, Rip Curl, good to see you.
I might be tempted to leave because they know your position. But if you have people that won't or can't leave, say like you have you set up defensive positions, you have your core people that can't or won't, then you send people out, surround the city in listening posts and hiding posts, to where if the government comes in and attacks the people in the town, you now have a force surrounding the government behind them and take them out.
Yeah, the thing is, you're just going to have to make sure that the people are you're going to have a good leader too, to make sure to bring all these people together to be able to do the things and stuff. I think that's the one thing that would make your group great, is making sure you have a good solid leader that isn't afraid to tackle or handle some of these circumstances that we're talking about here and stuff, and isn't afraid to just jump in and say, this is what we're going to do and stuff like that. That I think that's going to make a big difference.
And you got to think soldiers, Minuteman, what was I talking about before the, anyways, a soldier will fight more, stronger, harder in his backyard than they'll fight in somebody else's backyard.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
What does everybody think about militias?
Coffee first. Doesn't the government always have your best interest in mind?
Yeah, I saw that.
Sorry, I couldn't even type that with a straight face.
The government's only looking out for government.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, you guys, I think we'll go ahead and end it here. Because we went through quite a few of these. I think leave me a comment and let me know if there's one of these that you want to talk about, or if you guys have like a specific scenario in mind or something. Leave a comment after the video and stuff of like something that you want to talk about. We don't have to just do these cards and stuff. I just thought it was kind of cool because they're kind of random ones that you just pick out and things like that. But if you guys have a topic or something that you want to discuss, please go ahead and leave a comment about that. And I do read all the comments, so that way I can go back and see, and we can try to do that. Also on Sunday, we're going to have Bama Jen on here, and we're going to be talking about some end time stuff. So you guys really don't want to miss that, about rapture, tribulation, and just different things like that. So probably a lot of stuff that you guys might not actually know or understand. So I think but what time did we do it last time? 4:00, didn't we?
I think
So it'll
yeah.
probably be around 4:00 Central Time or something like that. So just keep a lookout for when we get it listed, when we get it up there for you guys.
And we got some studying to do.
Yeah, it's going to be a long, in-depth one. There's a lot of information, a lot of things. I want to make sure everybody's getting the right information, because there's a lot of wrong information out there on YouTube. Well, I'm still not 100% sure that this is actually good information because I haven't read through it yet. But that's the problem, is there's a lot of wrong information out there, and we want to make sure that everybody knows the truth and knows the true word.
And which also goes back to a book have already started to read. There's two authors. One of them, they were both special forces, I believe. One spent a little time in the military, combat veteran, and the other one spent 30 years in the military. They both went on to become ministers, and then they wrote this book.
That's
and it really gives you a different insight into the Bible and the people back then, the warriors that fought for Christ.
All right, you guys. So thank you so much for being here with us. We'll do this again next week. If you haven't, maybe give us a thumbs up or something. We'll try to push this video out. We did a lot of talking about things that maybe YouTube doesn't like, so I'm not sure if we're going to get pushed out with this video.
We might get a
we might get a little slap on the hand or something, but we'll see what happens.
Last I checked, this was supposed to be a free country. And Second Amendment is supposed to protect that.
Well, it's supposed to.
I mean, not Second Amendment.
First Amendment
protects that, and Second Amendment protects the
first. But it just depends on who you are, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful and blessed night, and we will talk to you guys later.
We love y'all.
All right, bye.